Well, hello, my beautiful Virgo. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for April 2023. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I'll never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details, and I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Virgo, this is your monthly reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. Also, just to make you aware that April really ramps up the energetic pace of the year by opening our first major portal of change, and that is through an eclipse, which occurs on the 20th April. That's when we step into Aries season. Now, of course, many years ago, eclipses used to be feared, but they actually offer an opportunity to supercharge your intentions that you've already set. And this is an especially important time as this new moon eclipse is in the sign of Aries, and it's the second time a moon appears in Aries in a row. Okay, so that is very, very unique. It actually gives you that go-getting spirit, that tenacious focus to get stuff done. So you're definitely going to feel a little bit more productive than usual, but you're going to be in the flow of doing, so it won't really feel like a chore. Okay, now also this new moon, it actually communes with Pluto, so anything that has been troubling you or anything that feels really inauthentic in your life, you're breaking it down and you're releasing it. It's a very positive time, shall we say. Also, I would say that this month, it's not going to be all plain sailing. There are a few fluctuations in the energy, so it is going to be a bit more of a pressurized time because you will be doing a lot of multitasking, and there are a few bumps in the road. We do have Mercury going retrograde during this period, so we'll get to that in a moment. But I do feel that because we have the 2 moons either side in Aries energy, it does mean that actually we have, it's a time of second chances, shall we say. We have an opportunity to revisit a hobby or a situation that we once enjoyed. It could be, you know, a book that you mean to pick up again and complete. It could be a project that you haven't finished yet. You're going to complete it. It could also be an area of your life that you want to reconnect to, or simply rediscover a part of yourself that you feel like you've lost touch with. It can also be connected to some travel goals or something that you really have been trying to get off the ground for quite some time. So you get a chance to revisit it, give it second wind, and make it successful or complete it to a place where you feel really content and proud of yourself. Now, coming to Mercury retrograde, it occurs on the 21st of April, so just after that new moon eclipse. Okay, and it is in the sign of Taurus this time, which actually can bring a lot of miscommunication regarding finances. So I would say this is a very important time to really keep an eye on your investments and safeguard them against any economic fluctuations. It's a good time to really look at your budget as well and make sure you know that you prepare yourself. I have been getting messages throughout all of the readings. If you've been listening to my readings recently, the last couple of months, a tower has been showing up for the month of March and April. So we've already seen some economic fluctuations that have really ruffled feathers in the financial world. So I do feel that there is a little bit more to come. But I do see that you are safeguarding your position. You're very savvy, very clever with the way that you're positioning yourself. So I would, as I said, keep your eye on your finances. Make sure that no 2 institutions that you house your finances are linked so that you are you're safe, or that you are insured, shall we say, if there is an economic storm. That's definitely a message that's been coming up a lot recently. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Virgo? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of? I'm going to go one more. Okay. I think they want that one. Yeah, they do. It has to drop out, otherwise there's no point in taking it. Now, in particular for you, my beautiful Virgo, we do have your second house activated at the beginning of the month, and that's all about value. Okay, it's really about how you value yourself, making sure that you're getting a good deal in your life. You may even find a discounted item that you want to purchase that was quite high in price, but you'll find it at a lower price somewhere else. But it's more than that. It's more about valuing who you are and what you offer in life, and making sure that you get fair exchanges, whether that's in friendships, relationships, or whether it's in career sectors, or even how you spend your time. You're looking at, you in terms of being a gift, where you are a real asset to anything that you connect to. So you are really deciding and making sure that you don't take anything less than you truly deserve. And that is really influenced and highlighted, amplified, I would say, by your second house of value. Also, you'll be focusing on your cash, your property. It's showing up heavily in your reading. You've got the Queen of Pentacles there, which is to be very conservative with your finances, protective of all that you've worked really hard for, but also to attract more abundance. So because your second house and your eighth house are influencing you during this month, you may find a lot of your time is spent thinking about your assets, or things that you've acquired over the years. It can be about joint finances as well, transforming your finances for the better to bring in more money. Now, of course, life is not all about money, but because your second and eighth houses are influencing you, it does mean you'll be thinking about transforming those finances, focusing on perhaps joint finances, repayment plans, credit card bills, pensions, savings, things like that, and just keeping an eye on anything. And if you've been going through any difficulties, it's really about addressing a situation and making sure that you can find the best way to move forward. But I actually see you attracting more wealth as well. There may be something, I feel like you've got a lot of knowledge, a lot of skills that you can actually implement into some sort of creative endeavor. It could be a second stream of income, could, something that perhaps because I feel that with the Seven of Earth there, it can mean finding an alternative strategy or a new strategy to make more abundance come into your life. So if you've got a wonderful idea, it's actually an award-winning one, or one that's going to bring a lot of success into your life. So definitely, I feel this is a very positive month to launch something or get something started. And if you're already in business, I feel like you're thinking about the future. You're being very organized. You're being very clever. And you are putting yourself in a very good position. Your future self will thank you for April, is what I'm seeing. Now, we've got the Fool card. This is your Protagonist energy. You feel like doing something new, launching yourself. It could be a new project, or it could be you launching a new adventure, taking a chance on something, maybe even coming out of a comfort zone to really experience new ideas, or find a new purpose in some way. Some of you may be leaving a job behind, or even a place where you live behind, to really explore new territory, uncharted territory, shall we say. But I feel like it's a release. Also, this month, I feel a lot of you may have been feeling a little bit stuck in a rut. Some of you may have felt that you've been a bit of a homebody, and that you've been doing a lot of personal development work, a lot of self-care, and now is the time for you to get out there and have fun, because the Fool card reminds us all to, although life is serious and there's a lot of aspects that we have to apply ourselves to, a lot of responsibility, life ultimately is about finding happiness and fun and joy in every moment that we share with either other people or even with ourselves. So I feel you're trying to bring a little bit more spontaneity into your life, a little bit more joy, a little bit more enthusiasm for what you do. Now also, I mean, it is the beginnings card, so some of you may be embarking on a new spiritual journey. You may be going on a journey of discovery. Some of you may actually put yourself on a spiritual retreat this month, or you'll be thinking about booking one and you'll book it for later on in the year, but it's definitely something on your mind. So whether you're retired or not, you're connected to a career sector, I definitely get a sense that you are developing your spiritual gifts and really trying to soul search. Find deeper meaning in the everyday, release anything that's superficial, and really re-examine where you are right now in your life, and if the things that you've connected to so far are still relevant to your path, and if not, I feel like you're evolving and leaving those things behind, okay? But I feel you have a little bit more energy in the month of April. I was going to say in the month of Aries, because of course Aries energy comes into play around about the 20th of April. I feel that's when you get your second wind or your boost of energy to focus on being a little bit more organized in your world and being very, very productive. Now, we've also got the Eight of Cups. So this can literally mean that you are embarking on some sort of travel or journey, but it can also indicate that you're restarting something. You're finding a freedom in changing direction, or, thinking about a change of direction, or in a transition period that actually will be very, very rewarding for you, both emotionally and spiritually. And I can see financially as well, because we've got Seven of Pentacles and a Ten of Cups, which is all about, abundance and wealth and opportunity, as well as prosperity. Excuse me. Now, this is not going to resonate for everyone, this part, but if you have been going through a separation or a divorce, okay, I feel things are finalized and you get a chance to move forward, and I feel it's like a breath of fresh air, freedom. You may be liberating yourself from a very stuck situation, something that felt very chaotic, and you may have felt that you lost a piece of yourself along the way, so you will rediscover that aspect of yourself, and I do feel like you've learned a lesson, but I feel that there is a much more rewarding connection waiting for you in the wings. It's not too far away. So if you are looking for a loving situation, a high level commitment with somebody, I definitely get a sense that those people who are currently separated from somebody, I feel like you will meet someone new and you'll move in with that person. I feel like there's a contract. You may even marry that person in the future. That's what I'm picking up. Okay. For those of you who are looking for love, I definitely see that there is love on the horizon for you. I do feel it's very important though to make sure that you get out of your comfort zone, get out there and put yourself in situations to find love. Okay. Because if you remain a homebody, and you're doing a lot of spiritual work, that's wonderful. You're preparing the way to meet somebody who vibes at the same frequency as you, but it's important to emerge or come out of that cocoon so that you can actually get out there and meet new energy. The Eight of Cups is really a transition period where you are going through some major rite of passage. It's a necessary change in your thinking or a necessary change of direction that you're thinking about actioning in this month. Also, if you feel like you have been rejected in some area, so for example, if you lost your job before you came to this reading, it actually is a very important exit plan. I feel the universe has orchestrated this liberation for you in order to launch you into something more in alignment with who you are, with your needs. That'll bring more finances, more emotional reward, and you can use your gifts, your talents a little bit more freely. So I definitely see a lot more success headed in your direction. Some of you will, especially, whether you're retired or not, it doesn't matter. I feel like you're going to develop your spiritual gifts, and some of you may even think about setting up a business that is connected to those gifts that you have and that you are developing. Or if you've come to this lifetime with a certain set of knowledge that you can't help but notice that you are naturally gifted in a certain area, I feel like you will find an opportunity to connect and financially capitalize on those gifts that keeps you in a very secure position should there ever be an economic storm. Okay. Now, Interesting. We have the Queen of Swords here. So this is really you getting very, very organized. So some of you may be actually planning a new start in some area of your life. The Queen of Swords is someone who's very honest, very direct, very concise about what you want. So you have to make a decision. And I feel like you're making a decision to walk away from something because you got the Fool card there, which is release, liberate, on the precipice of change, taking a new direction or a new adventure. And you've got the Eight of Cups, which means you're walking away from something that's not been very rewarding for you. So it could be a job that you're walking away from. You're walking into something even better for you. I see that you will be very happy where you end up. Some of you may even work from home. You may decide that it's time to go solo, set up your own position or entrepreneurship. And I feel like it'll be very, very rewarding. Also, I feel with the Queen of Swords, this is about your strategy. You may literally be uprooting. As you can see, this tree is being uprooted and moving to pastures new. And the Queen of Swords there is looking through a telescope. It's like looking far off into the future. So you're planning for the future. Where do you feel like you want to belong in the future? Where do you feel that you may feel at home, whether that's in career or whether that's in retirement or in friendship? I feel like you're making decisions now that will affect your future long term as well there. Now, you are someone who is super independent and super self-reliant as well. So I feel some of you may go traveling on your own, or you're setting something up on your own, or you are accomplishing something that you need to be super proud of because you did this all by yourself. I really feel, there's three queens here. So this could be that this is you and your friends, perhaps, that you have been connected to. Maybe your friendships have felt a little bit out of balance. It could also be someone that you worked with or work with who there's a clique and you feel that you're on the outside looking in at the moment. You feel very detached from the situation, or you're being very abrupt with the situation because you feel these people have in some way not got your best interests at heart. I really get a sense that you're going to learn a lesson from this. You're going to protect your energy and you're going to thrive and survive and be very successful. And these people are just going to watch you from the sidelines being successful. Sometimes people come into our lives and they're not meant to take the whole duration of life with us. They're not meant to be on our path long term because they're not capable of going to the places that you're capable of reaching. They're not capable of reaching the successes that you are, and they can see that already. So they, try to knock you off your path or derail you from your plans. And I feel like you notice this. You can see this intuitively. You're already aware of this. And I feel like you're walking away from any drama or any potential situation where you feel someone can impede your journey. So I definitely see you taking a more detached look at a situation in order to regain balance and harmony so that no one has access to your equilibrium, shall we say. Now I'm going to pull a card on that Queen of Swords for you. One moment, please. With the Queen of Swords, it does mean that you're very capable of making a little go a long way. So financially, I feel like you're very astute and you are very clever when it comes to your finances. Ace of Cups. Yeah, there's a new offer here. Something is coming in. It could be a piece of good news or an actual offer on the table. Something is gifted to you by the universe that you feel very curious about. It's an opportunity that makes you walk away from something or makes you take a new adventure. So this could be that simply you've been looking for a long time to relocate and find an actual home, go into real estate. Because we have the Queen of Pentacles there, that is the queen of the home space. Male or female, it's not a gender specific reading, it's about the energy. So you may be thinking about relocating somewhere and suddenly you find the dream opportunity. The universe has gifted you this opportunity because it's meant for you. So I feel it's important to really take a look at it, do your due diligence, and make sure you gain a little bit more knowledge and look at contracts and things like that before you actually sign on the dotted line. I don't see that there's anything negative regarding this experience, but I do see it's important to make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. So because there may be a clause in the contract that you will read later on down the line where you feel, okay, I thought it was this, but actually it's this. Maybe I need to find an alternative way of approaching it. So I just feel there's like it's almost like a little fly in the ointment that you may find in a situation. It's not negative, it's not all doom and gloom, but you will need to make an adjustment to work around it or make it work for you. Now, I see that in terms of a property is what I'm seeing, but it could also be in terms of a working contract. So just keep an eye on that. It could be that, they're contracting you for a certain amount of hours per week, and they could change that or fluctuate it, or, you go in thinking it's a certain amount of money and it will be that long term, but actually they may start you off on like a probation period where it's like half the money. So I feel, just keep an eye on contracts and make sure everything's in writing is what I have to say there, especially for the month of April. Now, with the Ace of Cups at grassroots, this is all about emotional care. Okay, it's making sure that you really take stock of yourself and pay a little bit more attention to yourself. So if you have been neglecting your needs and feel a little bit detached from situations, it can mean that you're running on empty or you're burning yourself out a little bit. Because I feel, especially with the Queen of Pentacles there, again, as I said, male or female, it's not a gender specific reading, but because the Queen of Pentacles is a Virgo energy and it's in the resistance position, you may have felt a little bit out of sorts recently or a little bit disconnected. And because we've got the Temperance card, which is all about that balance and harmony, you may have felt that things have been a bit chaotic recently. And, I feel the universe is actually giving you a solution to something perhaps that you found very difficult. Now, if you have been looking for love, as I said, those of you who are walking away from love, or even if you are single, I definitely see this as a month where love is on offer for you. So take the opportunity to get out there to mingle or do something that you love doing. With the Hierophant there, I see some of you taking up a course of learning. So you may literally be, taking a course to learn more about a skill or a craft that you have that will influence your work to elevate your status or get a promotion or a raise. It could also be that you're taking a course of learning in a hobby, something you really enjoy doing. Some of you may literally be leaving college or university and be open to the wide world. You're starting afresh, you're starting anew, and it's a wonderful new adventure. Be mindful, just because you feel like you're starting from scratch on something, you're starting from experience. Okay, so make sure you value yourself and do not take anything less than you truly deserve and desire. But wonderful opportunity coming on in here for you as well. Now, the Ace of Cups can be a proposal of sorts. It doesn't have to be in terms of love. It can be a proposal in terms of business, or it can even be a proposal from a friend to go traveling. So whether you're retired or not, I definitely see there's a really interesting offer that you're going to be very curious about taking up in the month of April, and it just puts a real spring in your step, gives you a little bit of extra vitality there as well. Now, I kid you not, every sign is getting this card in this position. Okay, so that is telling me that everybody's at a period where you're really re-examining your priorities and feeling that there is a lot of disharmony in your life or disharmony in your world at the moment. Okay, now I know in terms of world events, the world just seems like it's on its head right now. It's just everything's upside down. And you may be like looking at the world and seeing how you can create abundance for yourself or a secure position for yourself, because you feel that things are ever changing. So if you're feeling a little bit like frustrated, or you feel things are like overwhelming you at the moment, it's really important to take stock and implement some self-care routines, really take a step back, become that homebody, just to make sure that you have some moments for yourself. But also, you can recharge your batteries by spending time in good company with friends that you really trust, family. It's important. We are all energy exchanges. So spending time with people who just make you feel like you're flying or on top of the world is also important. So if you've been in hermit mode for some time, or you've been a homebody for too long, it's time to come out of hibernation, shall we say. Now, the Equilibrium card, it is, of course, the Temperance card. So it can mean right now, if you're out of the job market, for example, you may feel there's a lot of competition, and you may feel there's an excess. The job market is oversaturated and you can't find an opportunity that suits your needs. That's all going to change in April. I definitely see something offered to you that needs your skill set, but I feel like there's two options and you may have to choose between the two. Okay, intuitively you'll be drawn to the one that's right for you. It may not be the one that's got the bigger money, but it's important for you to feel happy where you're at, because I feel you're in a period of your life where you're not wanting to connect to anything that's false or makes you feel like left out or makes you feel that they're taking advantage of you. So I feel it's important to check in with your energy. Some of you, I'm really getting a sense that there's a lot of travel going on here. This map, thank you so much, I'm sure grateful. Okay, what I'm picking up, and I don't really want to mention this, but I'm picking up this, I mean, of course, we're all keeping an eye on world events, okay? Because they're showing me fractured countries. Fractured countries, so countries that are in turmoil at the moment. And there's a lot going on, right? Some of it's in the mainstream media, some of it's not. So I feel you're trying to keep an eye on the ever-changing fluctuations around the world, and it may have been making you feel like you're a little bit anxious or uncertain ground. It's really important to make sure that you don't see those things in excess, because sometimes when we're watching things, it's important to realize that some people are trying to get their message out and they are trying to inform people who would not be necessarily informed by things. But if you dwell in that energy, you know, sometimes it becomes overwhelming and it changes your vibration. It just brings you down, knocks you off your center, and it makes you feel really like, what's the point? What is the point of striving for anything when the world is just on its head? But it's important. If enough people find that vibration where there's positivity over fear, then we can conquer the darkness. So if there's an energy here that obviously, because I'm scrying and channeling at the same time, somebody out there needs to be aware. Better sleeping patterns. Before you go to sleep, don't be like listening to videos of like doom and gloom, because you're carrying that energy with you into your dreams, and it's actually informing your sense of motivation and morale. So I just want you to be aware. And sometimes when we fall asleep to a video, it can click on the next one. And it'll click on a video that perhaps you did not choose. And that is also infiltrating your energy. So just watch out for that. They're showing me an image in the water, and I feel it's very relevant to your situation. And you may even see it as a symbol over the next 6 weeks or so. They're showing me a crescent moon that has a face in it, and it's sleeping. Okay, and there's 3 stars there. So they're indicating sleeping is for healing. Sleeping, you know, it's important to get better sleep. So be mindful about what you're connecting to just before bedtime, because when we're in the waking, falling asleep vibration, when we're just in the in-between world, we're actually absorbing energy, and the things that we're thinking about, we're actually manifesting. So try to think of something positive that you would love to come into your world, because thoughts become things, and the universe actually orchestrates things to come towards you. But if you're changing your vibration by listening to something that's potentially negative before bedtime, it can actually change the energy around you and what you're attracting at this time. Okay, so just be a little bit mindful. That's obviously for somebody out there. It may not resonate for everybody, but that's what's coming out there as well. Queen of Pentacles. So you may be very concerned with the home space this month as well, trying to build a life of comfort and sanctuary. So you may feel you're in a doing mode, very productive, where you're doing a bit of DIY, restructuring the home place, really decluttering your closets and the loft or the garage or the basement. I definitely get a sense that you're reorganizing things. The Queen of Pentacles is very conservative with finances as well. So I feel this is you attracting generational wealth long term and protecting everything that you've worked really hard for. The rabbits tend to represent you multiplying abundance and prosperity. So I do feel it's important, especially around about the 6th of April, write a list of something that you really want, because we do have a grand trine. The full moon is in Libra during that time, and it actually enhances romantic developments and also better luck. Okay, that grand trine, it's wonderfully lucky and brings good fortune. And because you've got the Queen of Pentacles there, this indicates it's pinpointing you, Virgo, for some extra blessings, okay? Now, some of you, as I said, will want to think about where you belong. And you may be thinking about working from the home space, or thinking about settling down and taking love a little bit more seriously. If you're retired, this may be you thinking about moving abroad, perhaps to buy a home or a property abroad, and you may be looking at your finances and your savings and seeing how you can use them effectively in order to get something that you really love. Okay, now with the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups, some of you, as I said, may be saving for a spiritual retreat or to go on a spiritual journey. Queen of Cups is a really important card when it comes to self-care, feeling comfortable in your own skin. And you may have felt emotionally a little bit turbulent recently, or you may have felt a little bit more sensitive than usual. And I feel you get a little bit more grounding in the month of April that brings you back into balance. So if you feel like you've been in free fall in life right now, things do calibrate in the month of April, and you find solutions to any problems that you've encountered. And also things start to look a lot brighter. Okay. I mean, your outcome energy is so positive, and intuitively, I feel like you're navigating your way. Some of you may actually think about as well going through some emotional counseling in order to heal any wounds that you've had from childhood or from anything that you've experienced in the past. Queen of Cups, as you can see, also has a seahorse there, so that does indicate falling in love. Okay, so I feel like there is a romantic attraction there. I mean, because there's three energies here, there could also be a romantic triangle that's going on right now. So you may have to choose between partners. If you are in a high-level commitment already and someone is attracted to you and tries to flirt with you, with the Justice card there, I actually see you doing the right thing and setting that person straight that actually you're involved and in love with someone else, and that you're flattered, but no thank you. I see you doing the right thing there and committing yourself to the person that you truly love. Now, with the cause and effect card, this is the Justice card. This is the outcome, which means you're getting some really good karma for the effort that you've been putting into your situation. Also, you are a wonderful, generous spirit who does a lot for people in the community. You always make sure that your family, your friends, and those people who may need your help and support, you always make sure that you've got them covered. Well, you're getting a generous opportunity from the universe as a reward. It's like a boomerang. That goodness is coming right back to you. Okay. Now, it's really interesting. You've got two different decks here. Both of them have got seashells on it. Okay, I'm seeing in the water a cactus. Okay, so it's not really relevant. But I mean, cactuses or cacti, should I say, are resilient. They represent protection, being resourceful, the ability to see beyond what is in front of the naked eye. Okay, it could also mean you're turning something negative into something positive. Cacti actually changes carbon dioxide into sugar and oxygen, is what my guides are giving me right now. So this can be that you're thriving under difficult circumstances and to go easy with yourself. Cause and effect, you are managing your stress levels and implementing self-care and opening yourself up to purging or releasing any of that pressure through either exercise or having a good cry. Sometimes, pressure can build up, and it's actually an act of strength to release a tear, because it actually takes the pressure off. The body is meant to cry. It's meant to release pressure in that way. Of course, tears are there to cleanse the tear duct and cleanse out the eye as well. It has a practical, but it's also got an emotionally rewarding function as well. But with the cause and effect, this is a card of having to make a decision about something, having to, make some adjustments in your world, and of course find that balance. Use your intelligence to create a structure and a schedule that really works in your favor and is fair. They're giving me something needs to be fair and equal. So if you feel like there is something that is not fair and not equal in your life, April is a month to really change that up, to really readdress the balance. Now, some of you may literally be getting married this month, and if that's you, congratulations, because the Hierophant with the Justice card as well as the Ten of Cups tells me that it's two people who love each other dearly, entering into the sanctity of marriage and having a wonderful future to look forward to. So enjoy the day, release the pressure, and just have so much fun. For some of you, I feel like there is a contract to be signed. There's going to be a lot of paperwork, a lot of administrative tasks that you will be focusing on. But I see a contract in particular that you will may even seek guidance to understand. So it may be that old like language or dialogue where it's like, I, the bearer of this here forward, sanctify that. You're like, what? Just tell me what it really means. So some of you may seek guidance on a contract just to get clarity and make sure that you're in a really good legal position. Some of you may actually be going into a legal profession, and it's going to be something that you're really good at, because not only are you super intelligent and you are someone who has a very incredible mind, and you've got a way with words, okay? You're very good at words. And you also are someone who stands up for the truth. Okay, you've got Queen of Swords, so you're honest, you're open. And if there's something here, which I feel there may be something, there's two people here, okay, that you feel either are frustrating you, trying to push your buttons, or trying to compete with you in some way. You may find out a truth about them, which holds you in a really good position. Be diplomatic about the situation and lead with integrity, because you will win the situation. You will win the day, okay? So even if you're taking people to court that you used to work with, or there's some sort of dispute going on, you will win the situation by leading with decorum and class is what they're giving me, okay? Now, we also have intuition. So I feel this month is really about you focusing on your path and deepening your spiritual gifts. Also, there's a heavy influence on your finances this month. With the intuition card, I feel like you are trusting in the unknown, but also connecting on a deeper level to your spiritual practices. I also see with this card that you will have flashes of insight about people and situations, something that is otherworldly, or this knowingness. The truth will out, but you'll see that actually you were correct on a situation. Now, 3 signs have had that message. So you may have placements either in Libra or Scorpio, okay? So if you've got placements, and maybe even Sagittarius as well, I feel 3 signs have had that message about a truth coming to light. It's interesting because a lot of the signs for the month of April are actually getting the same cards. So the message seems to be streamlining. So I do feel like collectively, in terms of world events, there is actually, I do apologize. Did you hear that sound? That's that motorcyclist. It's almost like they are doing something with their engine that just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And I swear, anybody who's, well, I'm not going to go there, but they may be overcompensating for something. So if you did hear it loudly on the microphone, I do apologize. But anyway, let's move on from that. As I was saying, collectively, we may find that there is something that's been hidden from the collective globally, or in terms of your country, that comes to light. Because, of course, as I mentioned in the yearly charts, that Pluto and Saturn, they're very active this year, which means anything that's hidden, even if it's like been hidden for like 40 years or 100 years, it comes to light. So it may not surprise you, but intuitively you may have realized it, but it may surprise some people. So just watch out for that. I feel a lot of truths are bubbling up or coming to the surface, or narratives are being opened. You know, it almost feels like a can of worms is being opened in the month of April for some reason. So I'm just picking up on that. So watch out for that as well there. But I mean, you're showing up heavily in your reading. I mean, you've got the Queen of Pentacles there, and you've got the High Priestess, which is, of course, both Virgo cards, which indicates your knowledge and your wisdom keeps you in a very secure position, especially when it comes to finances. And some of you may even want to learn a little bit more about what situations mean for you personally as we go throughout the month of April. Now, the Hierophant is about higher learning. Okay, and I really get a sense of you committing yourself to a goal or a dream that you will fulfill. You will feel very proud of yourself. Now, this is a card of guidance, so I do feel you may be doing a little bit of soul searching this month, especially since you've got the Eight of Cups and the Hierophant. This is really asking the bigger philosophical question about your path, your journey. Are you on the right path? You're actually at a self-evaluation period, and you're really looking at areas where you feel unsatisfied. You're just checking in with yourself this month and really checking the exchange. And I feel like you're making some changes to feel more satisfied in your life. The Hierophant really is about learning more about yourself, but also it's a card of deepening your skill set. So if you're retired, you'll be going on like a spiritual quest for deeper meaning. Even if you're not retired, I feel like you're going through that. But if you are in the working environment, I feel like you may be learning new skills or picking up a new skill that will help you elevate in your career. If you are going through a very, very difficult time with regards to finances, I feel like there is help available to you. Don't bury your head in the sand. If it's a repayment plan you need to address, perhaps checking in with your provider or the person you have the bill with, all you have to do is call them and you can figure something out to make things easier for you so that you are not so stressed. That's not going to resonate for everyone, actually, because I see that you're doing very well financially and you're attracting more abundance. But if you've got yourself in a bind, I actually see that there is help available, and the universe is also stepping in to help your situation. Trust the process, okay? Now, some of you may actually decide to become a teacher, or you have a lot of knowledge that you can impart on others. So some of you may think about becoming a consultant or using your innate knowledge to help others. And you may even find financial reward in that as well. But I feel like you're doing it more for you to help others so that you feel a sense of community, a sense of helping those who really need your help. I mean, the Ten of Cups is abundance. It indicates that things are working in your favor and that happiness is, the conclusion. I also feel that you are looking in the right direction, or you're headed in the right direction. Okay, so if you have had a change of direction, by the end of April, you're on the right path. Okay, now, of course, there's two people in this card. It doesn't always mean that there's two people. So if you are in a single energy, it still means that you are creating a lot of abundance. Goldfish represent abundance, prosperity, and joy, the good life. So I feel like you're headed in the right direction. And I would say with the Queen of Swords that there is some news that has you curious about changing a certain circumstance or an element of your life. Intuitively, you will navigate this change and you're going to feel so good that you did, okay? Now, also the Ten of Water indicates, as I said, good fortune, well-being, but it also indicates you attracting whatever it is you desire and paying attention to what's in your mind and in your heart. A more peaceful state of mind and a more peaceful heart actually helps you manifest easier. And that's why I'm saying to disconnect from anything negative, especially before you go to sleep, okay? I mean, we've all got to keep abreast of things. We got to keep an eye on the news and make sure we are aware of what's going on. But it's important to have it a time and a place, okay? Also, this is a call to celebrate yourself. This card is a card to celebrate yourself. But let me just pull a card on this energy, this outcome energy, because I feel something you've been working really hard towards accomplishing. Could be a personal project, could be even personal development. I feel it is going to be rewarding, but it has been hard. It has been hard to get to where you want to go. Again, I would say look out for that image of the moon and the stars. I feel it could be on a billboard or on a stamp, or or on someone's tattoo or something. It's a symbol that something you've been dreaming about, something that you've been manifesting, a wish is closer to becoming a reality. But there's something about sleeping patterns that need to be addressed here before you come into alignment. Some of you, and please get medical advice before you do this, because I'm just picking up an energy of maybe there's a lack of melatonin. So if you're going through some sort of hormonal change, that you may look at melatonin or foods that are high in melatonin that will help you get a more restful sleep. So, or maybe someone's been looking at melatonin for more restful sleep. I really personally don't know what I'm talking about. I'm channeling the energy, so it's best to get medical advice or look it up, do your due diligence, but I'm just picking up on that right now. So someone out there obviously has it in their energetic sphere. We've got the Eight of Swords, so something has been making you feel a little bit nervous, a little bit anxious. I'm just going to go again on that because the Eight of Swords indicates, a desire to see something that perhaps you feel intuitively is off. It will come to light. The truth comes to light. The Devil card. Now, this could be something that you don't trust. The Devil card represents fear as well. It can also represent an addiction. So some of you may be cutting out something that is negative for you. It could be a food substance, could be a person, could be a situation that you found difficult to change, but change it you will. Actually, the universe is giving you a helping hand. I feel like I'm just literally clarifying the energy that's been coming up there. Anything you've been worried about or you feel stuck in, the Devil card it's actually not an evil card. It highlights an area where you feel stuck, a brick wall that you've hit. It indicates that you are not helpless to change your situation. You can control it. You can actually be back in control of that situation. With the Four Cups, it can indicate that if you're feeling unsatisfied or you feel fed up with the way things have gone, disenchanted, you had an expectation and you have been disappointed with the way things have been going, don't be discouraged. The universe is actually intervening. As you can see, that cloud there, it's a gray cloud. It looks very ominous, very tumultuous, turbulent, but the universe is popping out of nowhere to give you a cup that is even better than before, something you're going to really enjoy. Keep an eye on your circumstances. Don't be thinking about everything that's going wrong or that is negative or bad in the world, because the universe wants to bring you in something that will make you feel very, very happy. Okay. Also, they're giving me an energy of refusing something that is not, refusing something that's not good for you. So, for example, you may be offered a promotion at your work and it's like, yay, it comes with more status, more money, but it means you're completely bonded to the situation and you'll never have a social life ever again. You're just gonna be working in the corner for about 40 years and you're like, that's not a fair exchange. So I feel you have to, again, it's like that contract. Something that you do not see could be unhealthy for you long term. So keep your eyes peeled, because there's something better or there's something, rewarding in the situation for you. But you just need to keep an eye on it. That's what I'm picking up there as well. Now, of course, if you were in a toxic connection with somebody in terms of love, I definitely see you getting rid of that forever. And the universe, you may feel like you'll never fall in love again. You may feel that, love can never pass by your door ever again. But that's not true. The universe is orchestrating something more fulfilling for you this month. And because we got the Hierophant and the Ten of Cups, this indicates that this will be something long-term, something rewarding. But I actually feel that you are spiritually investing in yourself at this time, and you're just going to feel like you're in the flow of things, and things start to get a little bit better for you. The Seven of Pentacles is really about opening yourself up to a new strategy, a new way of doing things. So even if you're staying where you're at in a business or staying where you are at in your home, it can mean that you're just having a different approach. So you may find a new way of doing a project, or you may investigate new restaurants or cafe stores or actually communities within your area that you have not actually looked at before. So you may be branching out. But ultimately, I feel this is a month where you're looking at things that are healthy for you. As you can see, we've got that apple there. It's a healthy half. So I feel like you're only connecting to things that bring healthy energy or healthy situations your way. You're almost sorting the wheat from the chaff this month. Also with the Seven of Pentacles, some of you may find an alternative source of income by setting up a second stream of income. This is you. How can I put that? Yeah, you don't have to stay in a situation that is no longer working for you. You can find an alternative. And again, you're not starting from scratch. You're starting from experience. They're indicating there's a complex situation that you may have been going through. You will find a solution to that as well. And this can mean that you have to make a decision especially since you got the Justice card as well. I feel like a major decision needs to be made in your life in April, especially at the end. You may feel like you're at a bit of a cross and at a crossroads. Use your intuition and your knowledge. All the answers are within you. Of course, do your due diligence and check things out. But get organized, because there is change for you in the month of April, but it's very rewarding. I feel it's actually quite exciting what's coming for you there. Now, with the Seven of Pentacles, it really says things are going to be going well. You're going to have enough, and you may even spend some money, as I said, on self-development, whether it's a holiday, vacation, whether it's a personal development course, or even a spiritual retreat. So I feel you are really investing in you in the month of April, and everything is starting to slot into place for you as well. I mean, thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Virgo? What do they need to know? They're giving me a number in the water as well. 1221, 1221, 1221. So look out for that numerical synchronicity. They're showing me it on an envelope. So it indicates that there is a message in that number, or you could receive a message at that time that is going to be very, very rewarding. Okay. So keep an eye on that number. I mean, it could be the end of someone's cell phone digits, or it could be the number of your security pin, or it could be the number of a building that you go to for an interview or a new home. So it's a sign or a symbol that you need to pay close attention to. Also, they're showing me sweet corn. Sweet corn. So, I mean, someone may literally be cooking sweet corn right now or eating sweet corn, but sweet corn... Okay, sweet corn actually represents growth, a fruitful situation, golden nuggets of opportunity, harvest time, and paying attention to your wealth. Good fortune is on its way. So you may see lots of symbols or signs to do with sweet corn as well. Look at that, treasure chest. So that's golden nuggets right in there, golden nuggets of opportunity. It says success, reaping the rewards. It's been hard work. It's been a long slog, but now you're going to see that it was worth it. So there is something super rewarding in the month of April, discovering treasure. And also, as you can see, treasure chest, it's about securing the treasure that you already have. But most importantly, I think it's recognizing that you are a treasure, that you are a gift and an asset to anything that you connect to in your life. And of course, we've got sea turtle, slow down, be patient and persistent. Okay, so again, I feel that's more about managing stress levels, recognizing that, sometimes you can stop to protect your energy and take a breath. I mean, the sea turtle carries its home on its back as well. So I feel some of you are literally relocating, or you're thinking about where you belong this month. So bigger questions being asked this month as well. But I feel it's more like, where should I invest my energy? Where should I invest myself? And I feel you will find all the answers you seek this month. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? Okay, so we have a bicycle. So this can indicate literally maybe a biking trek or holiday, or it means that you're going traveling. But I feel like you're in a cycle of change. You're going places. And this is a month where things start to pick up the pace, especially at the end. That's why they really want you to kind of slow down and smell the roses at the beginning of the month to recharge your batteries. But I feel as you start to move from April into May, you're going to see that a lot more people are willing to help. People are supporting your journey more than they have been in the past. And I mean, a bicycle this one is made for one. So I feel like you're being very self-sufficient. Also, we've got the lucky cat. So this does connect to like an opportunity that you can pounce on, something that perhaps you've been thinking about or strategizing for quite some time. This is a lucky cat, so I do feel it's indicative of your luck changing and prosperity headed in your direction. Because it is an animal or a creature of instinct and self-sufficiency, I feel like you are putting yourself in a really good position long term to be secure, both in the home space, but also in terms of your finances, whether that's in your pensions or whether that's in your savings. I feel like you're looking at those and keeping an eye on those. And just seeing if they're giving me anything else for you before I leave the reading. Now these images, they're not giving me anything more. These images and signs that came in, oh, thank you so much. I'm so grateful. These are things to be aware of that you may see over the next 6 weeks. They indicate a positive change in your life. But one more thing that they gave me before I leave the reading, they're talking about sweet corn, not being a spike for your glycemic index. Of course, it depends on what other foods you're having, because, there are aspects of sweet corn that turns into sugar, of course, but it's good for fiber, good for digestion, and it does change sugar levels. So maybe it's a message about looking at your glycemic index is what they're giving me. So again, I mean, that really connects to the 3 cards that came out for you before. Some of you may have been having either hot flushes or some health issues, and you may be wondering what it is, but you can't find what it is. Some of it may come down to sugar. So it's something you like, but it's something you're tempted to eat, but it may not be good for you. So you may be cutting it out. And although it feels very frustrating, it's actually going to be very rewarding for your health long term. So that's just coming out there as well. So I'll leave that there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you, my beautiful Virgo. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Virgo, and love and light.